Polestar 4, PCP, personal lease or business salary sacrifice. Which is currently the cheapest method of getting your hands on one of these cars? Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, folks. JD here again with a new video. It's been a while, but I've promised myself that I'm going to get plenty of new content out for 2026, so do subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're new to this channel, it's all about better educating you when it comes to car finance related products, and making sure you always get the best deal and you understand exactly what you're signing up for. I have a few tools that are available to purchase from the channel. One is the PCP spreadsheet, which enables you to calculate your own PCP, HP agreements, that kind of thing. And another one is, we're certainly going to be using this today, is to enable you to work out whether it's worth joining some kind of company EV salary sacrifice scheme if your employer offers you one. Okay, so down to today's business. I did a video a few months ago on the Porsche Macan EV, and we did the same kind of thing, looking at a current PCP deal, a personal lease, and a business salary sacrifice, and we looked at which was the most competitive, and that's what we're going to do today with the Polestar 4. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to nip over to the Polestar site, and they've currently got an offer today, which is Tuesday the 30th of December 2025. They've got a long range single motor plus on a PCP at $499 a month, a deposit of $10,300 and 0% APR, so that's good. They're offering a £2,000 discount. And at the end of the agreement, you've got an optional payment of $23,748 should you wish to buy the car, get a personal loan, pay it off and keep it, that kind of thing, or you can just return it, or you could trade it in for something else. Now, interestingly, just something to bear in mind here, this is quoting, look, as a 49-month agreement, and that is very important. I've mentioned that a lot on this channel. When you're getting different quotes and you say you ask the dealer for a 3-year quote or a 4-year quote, make sure you're always comparing apples with apples, because even though this is a 4-year deal, look, it's actually 49 months. So what they're doing is they are basically making the deposit month 1, and then there's 48 equal payments. Now, often you will see a 1 plus 47 or a 1 plus 35. So that means month 1 is your deposit, and then you've only got 35 equal payments or 47 equal payments, a total term of 48 months. This one is 49. So that's going to make a difference when you're working out which is the most competitive. Yes, you might have a slightly cheaper monthly payment, say it's £10 a month cheaper, but if you've got an extra month on the term, you might not save anything. So it's always worth making sure you're comparing exactly the same length of term. So let's put this into a little spreadsheet. So I've already done it here. Look. Let me just get rid of that for a second. So we've got $499 a month, 48 equal payments because it's a 49-month agreement, and then month 1 being your deposit. So how much does that cost over the term? Well, basically it's $499 times 48 plus your $10,300, which gives you a total cost across the 4 years of $34,252. Okay, let's now see if we can find a lease. Now, I usually use leaseloco.com, but I've just been making another version of this video, and I'm not kidding, the offer disappeared from the website while I was looking at it. So I've gone to a different website, which is very similar, called leasing.com. And I've put in the same car. Now, it might be a slightly better car because it's a 100 kilowatt hour long range single motor prime, whereas their offer is based on the single motor plus. So, interesting, look, the cheapest option is coming out at $470.42, but let's make sure it's the same kind of deal. No, it's not, look, you see, it's 24 months on 5,000 miles a year. So let's see if we can alter this to get it the same. So let's make it 48 months. Interesting, look, it's gone up. Sometimes, certainly more recently, cars on leases are cheaper on shorter terms. It used to be cheaper if you had a 4 years versus a 3 years. My current BMW i5 is on a 2-year lease, and that was far cheaper than a 3 or a 4. So It looks like to lease it's going to be cheaper on 2 years, but let's keep the comparison equal. So let's change it to 4 years. Now we can only do 5,000 or 10,000 miles, not 6, because this is based on 6,000 miles a year on the PCP. So we'll stick it on 5 for now, and then we'll do one on 10. Now, interesting, look, we can get it at 49902 a month. So almost identical to the 499 per month on the PCP. But look what's different. On the PCP, you've got to put 10,300 down to get that 499 monthly payment. On a lease, we've only got to put down 12 months. Now, leases are always quoted as, say, 1 plus 35, 3 plus 35, 9 plus 35, or in this case, 12 plus 47. That means 12 months up front and then 47 equal payments. But to do that lot, to get this 499 a month, I've only got to put down 5988. So if we put that into the spreadsheet, the lease is 49902 at 47 equal payments, plus our initial rental of 12 months, which is 598824. So across the term, it's that plus that times that. Now look at that. The difference is that minus that. So in this example, it's £4,809 cheaper to lease than PCP. Now, people say, well, yeah, but you don't get as much flexibility. You absolutely don't. And if you were to lease for 4 years, you've got to be pretty confident you're going to keep it, because it's often difficult to get out of a lease compared with a PCP. With a PCP, you can trade the car in, you can pay it off, you can keep it, that kind of thing. With a lease, there aren't as many options. However, if we were assuming we wanted to keep this car for 4 years and then give it back, it's certainly £4,800 cheaper. Now, I know what you're thinking. This PCP was on 6,000 miles a year, the lease was only on 5,000 miles a year. So let's change it to 10,000 miles a year, because I can't do 6. That's now coming at $529.04 with an upfront of $6,348. So let's see what difference that makes. So this is 5,000 miles. This is 10,000 miles. And that's $529.04 at 47 months and a deposit of $6,348.48. So the total amount across the term is that plus that times that, which is 31. So it's still cheaper, lot. So it's cheaper by that minus that. So it's still £3,038 a month. Sorry, not a month. £3,038 cheaper across the 4 years to do 10,000 miles on a lease versus 6,000 miles on the PCP. Okay. What about then if we were fortunate enough to have an employer which offers a business salary sacrifice scheme? Now, there are plenty of salary sacrifice providers. Octopus, for example, they do it. And the nice thing about those schemes is if you don't want the administration involved, I run my own scheme for our company. But there is quite a lot of admin involved. You have to get quotes, you have to work out P11Ds, you have to do payroll, that kind of thing. If you want a scheme which includes everything and they manage it for you and it includes car insurance and that kind of thing, they're going to be a little bit more money. What I'm doing is I'm assuming a straight business lease with a 50% VAT rebate on the rental and 100% VAT rebate on the maintenance, and we just salary sacrifice that, and then we get our employees to insure the car themselves, or we might offer insurance as well through the business. So that's what we're going to do now. So I've got, and as I said earlier, a spreadsheet which is available to purchase, which lets you put all your tax details in your own tax code, any other salary sacrifice you do, pension contributions, that kind of thing, running costs, and it will tell you what it will cost in your net pay. So what we need to do is get a business quote. So we're going to go back to leasing.com. We'll be fair, we'll base it on 10,000 miles. And this wants to be a business lease, and we're going to go into here, look, we're going to make it 4 years. Now we're going to make it 1 month up front. because that makes the scheme easier to manage. You haven't got to take a big, huge amount of money off your employee to begin with. In fact, in most cases, it wouldn't be possible because you can't salary sacrifice below the minimum wage. So if someone's earning £40,000 a year, you can't take £6,000 off them in 1 month for a deposit. So we're going to assume it's 1 month. Okay, so this is 1 plus 48. We'll do it on 5,000 miles, then we'll do it on 10,000 miles. It's coming out at 525.56, but that's plus VAT. So what we have to do is when you have a car for personal use in a business, you can claim 50% of the VAT back. If it's a pool car and pool car only, you can claim all the VAT back. So for a company car, which has got an element of personal use, you can only claim half the VAT back. So let's work out what that's going to be. So it's 525. So this is business salary sacrifice. It's coming out at 525.56 plus 10% VAT, which is going to be that times that. So our amount, this is assuming we're not having any maintenance service agreement, that kind of thing, because we didn't on the other two examples. We're going to take off £578.12 out of our employees' pay packet. Salary sacrifice, which means that's taken gross of tax and national insurance, and probably pension contributions as well. So if we go to our spreadsheet, we're going to assume we've got a standard tax code of 1257L. Let's assume we earn £50,000 a year, and we're not going to do anything in terms of any other salary sacrifice, pension contributions, that kind of thing. Now, ordinarily, that would give us a net take-home pay of £3,293.39. Over here, look, we can put in our car details. So we are going to salary sacrifice an amount of, across the year, that times 12, 6937. So we'll put that into our spreadsheet here, look. That didn't copy, did it? 6937. There we go. So 6937 a year, 578, which means our new salary is not that, it's that. Put it in the wrong tab. There we go. So our new salary for tax and NI purposes is 43,063 because we've salary sacrificed 6,937 for the Polestar 4. Now, assuming no benefit in kind, and we'll talk about what that is in a moment, that car would cost us £416.22. So that's with no deposit. So bearing in mind on the two PCP and the personal lease examples, we had to put £10,000 up front and £6,000 up respectively. In this case, we haven't got to do that. And with a salary of £50,000 a year, so we're still only in the 20% tax bracket, that car would cost us £416.22. Now, we do have an element of company car tax. What is that? What is benefit in kind tax? So what you do is you take the P11D value of the car, which is essentially the purchase price with options, and you apply a multiplier of a certain percentage. Now, currently, tax year 25-26, that's 3%. It's going to 4% in April 26, and it's going to 5% in April 27, and who knows what it might go to after that. Obviously, we've got the announcement in 2028 of the 3 pence per mile coming in, which is a little bit annoying, but we'll save that for another video. Actually, that's given me a good idea for a video. Anyway, so what we need to do is work out what our tax is going to be. So how much is the Polestar 4 to buy? Well, I think I saw it. Yeah, £60,000. So we need to use that on the spreadsheet on our P11D value of £60,000. And our current percentage as at December 25 is 3%. So that gives us a benefit in kind, look, of £1,800, 3% of 60,000. What happens to that? So in this case, £1,800 comes off your tax code. So our new tax code is 1077L. And then we pay tax at our standard base rate. So in this example, £50,000 a year, we would pay 20% of £1,800, which is £360 a year. Which is what, £30 a month. That's a nice example. So with the tax added on, it's now, look, 446. Obviously 416 plus the £30 income tax, 446. So let's put that in here. It's going to be 48 of 446, which is, because obviously the first month is 446 as well, there's not a big deposit. So across the term, that's going to cost us 21,418. Wow, that's a good saving. So across the 4 years, the salary sacrifice is £12,844 cheaper than the PCP, or where was it? That one. £9,805 cheaper than the personal lease. Let's just do it on 10,000 miles a year to make sure we're being fair. So we'll do it on here. Look, we'll change this to 10,000. That comes out at 557.30. So that's going to be 557.30 with the 10% VAT is 613. Across the year is 7356. So let's put that into here, 7356. That gives us a total cost of 47136. But remember, we've got no big deposit. So on 10,000 miles a year, it's 471. Still £11,644 cheaper than the PCP and £8,605 cheaper than the personal lease. Okay. Now, obviously, next year, from April 26, it's going to be 4% benefit in kind. So that's going to give us an extra £10 a month effectively, so 481. And then in 2027, it's going to be 5%. That's going to give us 491. So it's still cheaper. One way to look at it, isn't it, is it's the same as the personal PCP, but you haven't got to find £10,000 up front. Significantly cheaper. I'm sliding down in my chair. I hope that was useful. I hope that was interesting. As I said, if you want to get a copy of either of the spreadsheets, so this is one we didn't use today, which is the PCP sheet, and then also the sheet that we did use today, which is a salary sacrifice sheet, please do send me an email here. Where is it? And you can get your hands on a copy for £10 each. Until next time, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Do you know 94% of the people who watched my Porsche Macan EV video weren't subscribers to the channel? And that video did quite well. It's currently had over 3,500 views. So that means what? Only about, what? I can't work it out, but hardly any were subscribers. So please do subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel to grow. Please do give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, thanks for watching.